Hey guys, thanks for checking out another episode of Anderson's Outdoors. We kicked off this channel back in, I think, February of 2017. Winter right now in the desert Southwest. It means not a whole lot going on in the garden. And now it is the middle of July, in the middle of monsoon season. We started off and our goal was to build a bunch of raised beds and get a bunch of food going in the backyard. So come on back and I'll show you how things are going. Let's check it out. In one of our earlier videos, I mentioned that I have a peach tree that has borers and I was gonna rip it out. Man, they are really... Anyway, got a few figs on here. They're little yet. I don't know really if they're gonna turn into much, but we'll see. It's looking okay. Came in decent. Got this little beggar right here. Baby fig tree. That was a transplant from my parents' house, so that's good. The grape kicked off, and this is a Concord grape, and I have another Concord over there. I don't claim to be an expert about grapes at all, but they just seem to be fairly easy to grow. And I mean, look at these. This is great. Nice little cluster. This is about my 4th year on this vine. And the 2nd year that I've really allowed it to produce grapes, but you know, they are pretty small. Maybe some of you guys could tell me in the comments below. Leave a comment, let me know, is there something that you can do that will help your grapes actually produce like a larger, nicer sized fruit? Yeah, they're delicious, but they're pretty small. A couple little herb gardens there. My yellow pear tomato is taller than me by quite a bit. It's getting up to the top of the trellis there. I'm gonna plant a new crop of spinach and a new crop of arugula and probably some more lettuce as well, and get a nice cold season crop of leafy greens. So, but here's these are lemon cucumbers that I've been working on training up my trellis here. Yeah, they've just been so slow. They've just not been, I mean, these plants have been in for months now, and cucumbers are really known for being really pretty aggressive growers. You know, they just take off. We'll just keep going at it and let them come in and see what happens. Planted these marigolds here. Marigolds can be really good at repelling pests naturally. I guess there's some bugs that just don't like them and they'll stay away. So I put some marigolds in the corners of these beds, kind of hoping that would deter pests. This was my attempt to grow some local green chili peppers called Sandia chili peppers, and it's just not going great. Here's one. Here's a couple more. These look good here. This looks all right. This little tiny plant, look at that. Little baby chili. Here we've got my yellow squash. There's some nice zucchini squash there. There's a good one right there. Little guy. Let him get a little bit bigger. Some people will let their squash just get huge, and they wait to pick them till they're, you know, a foot long or 18 inches long. Grow some good food and eat it when it's at its peak. Eat it when it's at its best. These smaller fruits are going to be sweeter, more tender, and you're going to find that they're going to taste better if you just eat them when they're a little bit on the smaller side. So, I mean, I guess if you want to grow one super huge just to show off, then that's cool. How about that right there? One of the plants that I've been growing that I'm most excited about and that I've been having the most success with so far this summer. Took them a while to get started too, but that's these Kakai pumpkins, and they're doing pretty good. There's a little guy right in here, and there's one there, another one down there, right in here. Damn, there's a pretty decent sized guy right there. So, Kakai pumpkins. Like what I did over here, I took some old jeans, some old blue jeans, and shredded them up, cut them up, and I just made some little ties. And I've been tying things, trying to tie them loosely to this trellis pole, and get them going up there. So, but pretty excited for those pumpkins. This here is jute. It was so slow in getting started that I thought it would be up by the time the pumpkins got going, and it really hasn't. This is my best one right here. So, jute. So, yeah, you can grow jute, or it's also called Egyptian spinach. It's just a nice little leafy green you can eat. Throw on, you know, salads, whatever. This is a new addition as well. First time I've ever grown this before. It's a really nice plant. This is called red Malabar spinach. This is another leafy green that you can pick and just add to a salad. Pretty tasty, and just a little bit different flavor. So kind of a good thing to throw on top of a salad to kind of get some different flavors. These plants I grew from seeds that I saved last year from some shishito peppers. They are a sweet pepper that they'll start to turn red here in a little while. And right now, this is probably my most promising crop. These are all doing pretty good. They're all putting on a decent amount of fruit. This guy right here, this is my one butternut squash that I have growing. He's up off the top of my trellis too. But I planted, gosh, I probably planted 30 butternut squash seeds, and this is the one I got. I'm thinking that the butternut squash, I think that's actually what they call a winter squash. So that might be why, maybe that's why I didn't have a great time growing them in the spring and the summer. I don't know. I thought they'd grow, so I planted them. These are months old. These are like at least 2 months these have been in the ground. These little watermelon. So, I don't know, watermelon. Not looking like they're gonna work for me. I don't know how these guys, there's guys around Albuquerque and Rio Rancho, they're growing watermelons. I try every year to grow watermelons, and it doesn't work. I mean, these things are 10 inches tall after 2 months, so. But my kale is actually doing pretty good. Man, these new leaves that just grew up are looking great. And I made some kale chips the other day out of some of these, and those were really, really good. So, been enjoying that. This is a scraggly old tree. This plum tree was here when we moved into this house, and this tree has been beat up. I mean, it really has been beat up. I didn't think this tree was gonna make it, but man, every year, I think this is probably one of the girls' favorite fruits, are these little plums that this tree makes. That is just like candy. Definitely excited about leaving this tree, letting that thing make some more plums for me. This bed's a little bit crowded, but that's all right. I'm okay with that. I planted these beans. I think I planted these beans in May, maybe even in April. I can't remember, but you know, these beans are still, gosh, they're just kind of coming along now. There you go, little bean. Grow up the trellis. They're a traditional New Mexican bean, whole bean that's grown here. So everything was a little bit slow to take off this year. Some things didn't work. I was not able to grow the chimayo melons, and I think I maybe just planted them in a spot that was a little too shady. But along with the watermelons, you know, there just are some things that are a little bit of a challenge to grow in this climate, and that's all right. You know, part of what we're trying to do here in our garden and with our channel is just try to experiment. You know, some of it is just the fun of seeing what you can get going, like the red Malabar spinach. Trying lots of things and seeing what we can get to grow back here. And so it took off a little slower than I expected, but everything is really coming on pretty good right now. And I'm looking forward to see what kind of a crop we get for late summer and then on into the fall. So I'm gonna head inside and call it a night. So anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Anderson's Outdoors. Hope you guys are having a great time in your garden this summer. Leave me some comments and you know, let me know what you think. All right. Thanks a lot. Take care. We'll catch you guys next time. I can't stay.
Yeah.